Welcome right back here to What's Burning on Lake TV. And before we jump into our next segment, I want to thank the good folks at Culligan Lake of the Ozarks, the official bottled water of What's Burning. Culligan can do so many wonderful things for you and your family and your co-workers and just about anybody who likes a refreshing bottle of water on what's going to be a hot day and looks like a hot week. So make sure you take the time to call these folks. They not only provide refreshing water, but they can come in and check out your water and tell you what you need to do to make it right. 573-346-5221. Stacy Pirtle is joining us today from the Community Foundation for the Lake. And thanks so much for coming and joining us.
Thanks so much for having me. Really appreciate it.
Stacy is always the ambassador of good news, and we've got a lot of good things that we're going to be talking about in this segment. And of course, being with the Community Foundation of the Lake, you folks work very closely in helping to support a lot of groups and organizations.
We certainly do. We provide grants to nonprofits throughout Camden, Miller, and Morgan counties. All of the funds that we raise stay local. They're donated to local organizations who apply for a grant. The really nice thing about donating through Community Foundation of the Lake is that you can specify where you want your money to be spent and sent to. We also do audits to make sure all of our grant funds are spent as they were intended to be.
Now, we're kind of in that grant.
We just opened our grant round for our four-legged friends, as we like to call it. There was a woman, Karen Jean Rudick, who set aside her estate for animals, normally horses and dogs, and so we provide a lot of assistance and grants to a lot of the shelters in the area.
How about radio and TV people? Has she got a grant for us in there somewhere?
She doesn't have a grant for you. Sorry,
That's
KB.
okay. At least it's going to a very good cause. And places like
Lightning might be able to get.
Lightning might he might benefit a little bit from that, but that just goes to prove what great people we have in the lake area and around the lake area that like to help out. And so, let's talk a little bit about an event coming up that will help out some groups and organizations, and that is the Champagne Campaign.
The Champagne Campaign, yes, coming up on September 24th, and it's going to be at La Roca Club again this year. We start at 4:30, which is a little earlier than what we started before, but we have so many fantastic live and silent auction items that we need to start it just a little bit early, and thanks to all of our sponsors and donors for all of those wonderful things. Mamacitas and Papos are again providing our refreshment this year, and one of our themes, we're calling it Cocktail for a Cause, and so if you want to dress with your favorite interpretation of your favorite cocktail, we welcome people to do that.
So somebody could come dressed as a big giant bottle of Jim Beam if they wanted to.
They could come dressed as a big bottle
or
of
Jack
Jim
Daniels, or whatever it is you prefer. I don't want to say Jim Beam and get everybody else all uptight and bent out of shape.
Right.
I think they know what I mean. So it's going to be a fun evening. I would imagine, of course, the auction items, dancing, just a great time.
Right. We have Justin Farrell is going to be our DJ and MC for the evening. Rick Bryant with Bryant Auction Services is going to be conducting the auction. He always does a great job with that, and we've got some really exciting auction items. We've got a 100-year commemorative gun from the Illinois State Troopers Association. It's got engraved clips with it. Rick is also bringing some items. Jan Amos, who is a fantastic pie baker, is doing a pie a month that people can bid on. Christy Wagner, one of our board members, and Jane Wright are working on a dollhouse that's all handcrafted. So some really cool things that we've got coming up for auction.
Just an amazing opportunity, and again, you spread all that money out among groups and organizations here who utilize it to help people and animals, and that's certainly a wonderful thing to know. Let's give out some particulars if people would like to get tickets, or of course all the pertinent information necessary for a date, time, and all of that.
All right, so it's September 24th. We're opening the doors at 4:30, and it's at La Roca Club. You can buy tickets online. You can go to our website, which is just communityfoundationofthelake.com, and right up in the right side of the website is a place where you can go in. It's for a good cause tickets, and you can just do it online. We will be selling tickets at the door as well.
Well, it sounds like a great evening, and the folks at the La Roca Club, they've always been great supporters.
They have been fantastic supporters, and always, it's an amazing place to have an event.
It certainly is, and to learn to dance, I guess, if you want to do that as well.
Yeah, I think they have salsa lessons coming up.
Well, there you go. If you like salsa, because what is the Jerry Seinfeld clip? I say salsa because I like to say salsa. Anyway, point being is that it's going to be a fun evening on Saturday, September the 24th at the La Roca Club in Osage Beach. You were also involved in another rather interesting trail. I want to say trail, but it's trails, and that is the Magic Dragon Trail system that's been talked about for quite a while. And I guess now you're in the planning phase and coming up with the layout of how all of this is going to work. Obviously, there's funding that needs to come together for this as well. Tell us more about this.
Okay, so this was actually an economic driver project. One of the missions of Community Foundation of the Lake is economic development. We are also now partnering with Branches for the Lake, which is a nonprofit that is going to be doing economic development here at the lake and working to get more jobs brought into the lake. So we started about 2 years ago with the Magic Dragon Trail system. We have now got a master plan that is about 70 miles of hard surface and natural surface. And when I say hard surface, a lot of times people are like, what do you mean hard surface? Those generally are kind of a greenway trail in and around businesses, homes, communities, that type of thing, that families can go out, walk on, take their little kids out on their bikes to ride. Bike riders can use them as well as inline skating, jogging paths, that type of thing. And they're either chat surface, asphalt, or concrete surface. And then we also have what is called single track or natural surface trails, and those are for hiking and biking mostly. We've got some private landowners that we're going to be working with, hopefully also working with the park system in the area and the city. We're working on some grants right now, hopefully with the city, that will get going, get this project started. But it's a great way to bring more tourism into the area. Actually, the perfect time to ride bikes is fall, winter, and spring here at the lake, because you don't have the humidity as much to deal with, or those pesky bugs. Plus, with the foliage turning, it's beautiful. When it's coming on in spring, it's beautiful. In winter, it's amazing how much you can see of the lake when you're out hiking and biking those trails.
All those leaves that eventually, I guess, some people have to rake up, yeah, they make way for a lot of beautiful scenery, the hills, the bluffs, and everything that's involved with that. It certainly is something nice. And I think it provides kind of a nice opportunity for local folks. I mean, I see so many folks that are riding and jogging up and down, let's say, for example, the Osage Beach Parkway. What a great opportunity to kind of, as they say, no pun intended, get off the beaten path and go experience something new, and maybe just to increase your experience and really kind of fall in love with what you folks are offering. So there's a grant process that's underway at this particular point. Are you looking for private investors too?
We are looking for private investors. We're going to be kicking off a capital campaign in the next couple of months. And yeah, we'll be reaching out to private investors, whether that be corporate, individual families, or just individuals and businesses in the area, to help with the funding of it. It definitely does have health benefits for locals. You know, it's amazing some of the statistics that you find when we did a lot of the research on this. And for example, mental health benefits are huge. Reduction in dependence on drugs or alcohol when you get out into nature and explore that side of it really are benefited from being outside.
I heard an interesting public service announcement about getting out in nature. And sometimes we live right here at the beautiful Lake of the Ozarks and we have all of this nature to experience, but for whatever reason, we just don't experience it. And this is, again, a great opportunity to develop this trail system for a lot of different things. I know you yourself are kind of involved in getting out. Do you hike? Do you bike? What do you do?
I love to hike, and my husband is a huge mountain biker, so that was really kind of what started us looking at this. We're kind of modeling it after Northwest Arkansas. They have developed over 200 miles of trails, and if you include their hard surface, over 400 miles of trails. They connected communities from Bella Vista through Bentonville, Rogers, Springdale, and that's what we hope to do here at the lake, connect the entire lake. We may have to have some ferry systems for bikes, but that kind of goes back to the old days when we had ferry systems.
You'll, as they say, cross that bridge again, no pun intended, when you come to it. So just real quick, let's talk to people about maybe some ways that they can find out more about it and if they'd like to donate and help out.
All right. So we do have a magicdragontrails.com website. It's just magicdragontrails.com. And there's a place on there where you can go in and donate and volunteer. We actually have a night tonight. We're building a skills park. We're partnering with the YMCA, and we're building a bicycle skills park on property that they own there, as well as a half-mile of single-track natural surface trail. And so we have work night tonight if anybody wants to come out and volunteer. Every Wednesday night. And then we're having our grand opening for that on October 9th. We'll be doing bike raffles and a lot of free giveaways.
Sounds good, and sounds like a lot of fun. Still more interesting reasons to live and enjoy the Lake of the Ozarks. Stacy Pirtle from the Community Foundation of the Lake. Great to see you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We've got more coming up on Lake TV. Stick around.